was like, oh yeah, digging through the stuff. Little minor interruption there in the schedule. That's how the British say. We say schedule with a kind of like with a K, and they say schedule. Like what? What the hell's a schedule? I just don't know where the trash actually. I mean, some of it I do, but it's like the trash just seems like it piles up, and you don't even know. By the time you realize, it's already like too late. You're knee deep in garbage. Go figure. So I swept it over here, and then at some point during my yapping, I changed my mind and decided back here. Get a shovel into an appliance, I suppose. It's all like little bits of scrap, like wheels and stuff like that. Stuff that's like really small. Wait a minute, that's brass. I gotta keep that. I'll be giving the junkyard my brass and copper accidentally if I'm not careful. Yeah, these little bits. This is a bit much to I'm sure they'll probably look inside the dishwasher or whatever, but I don't know, that's like actually breakage aluminum. Fuck it, they can have it. I don't like it. The aluminum prices are so low anyway right now. They can have it. You know, at one time the breakage was like 30 cents a pound. But right now, some places are paying like 8 cents a pound. It's like actually less than steel, even though it's worth more than, it's actually worth more than steel, but they're not paying that much. Steel's the meal. Everything else is aggravation. Unless you have a lot of it. So, oh, there's another little piece of brass there. A lot of nonsense, though. I can have all that. I don't care. There's this one YouTuber, Moose Scrapper. He sells these remote controls, I guess, for like, I don't know, $10. I see, like, when scrappers throw these off the trucks, I always see the, you know, Mexican help there at the scrapyard. They're always taking the batteries out and putting them in their pocket. Batteries get expensive, and I always see those guys there, you know, the yard hope, they're always like digging through there, and when they see the remote controls, they're always taking the batteries out. Because if you think about it, you get 4 batteries, that's out of a remote control like that. That's like, I don't know, $3? Right? They may or may not work. But, you know, You get enough scrappers in there every day, you get like 50 customers a day, and you get about 20 of them throw a remote control off. Before you know it, you got about 10 pounds of batteries. Probably half of them work. You know, for your kids' games and toys and stuff, rather than spend money. Oh, Lord. Right? Yes, I just put this back in this pile here. Maybe I'll get a shovel and all that broken steel and aluminum and stuff. Stuff it in. Here's some blinds. Put that up there. Part of a vacuum cleaner. Scrapyard can have that. This, about 500 people told me to keep this stupid thing, so okay. There it is. I'm keeping it. You end up with a that's the thing with scrapping. See, a lot of the scrapper guys, they have a broom on their truck and they sweep the debris off, and nothing ever accumulates really if you do that. But me, I don't know, I just usually don't sweep the truck off. Then I end up with a buildup of a bunch of crud and stuff like that. I guess if you sweep a couple pounds of crud off each time you go there, that's nothing. But if you go in there and sweep 90 pounds of crud off, they're going to be like, what the hell? Even though that's like 4 or 5 or 6 visits worth of crud. You give it to them all at once, and they're like, what the? Yeah, they tend not to like that too much. This wheel, they shouldn't bitch about it too much. It's mostly steel. I'd rather not put that in the dishwasher though, because it's probably better if they see what you, when it comes to something like that, you're better off, you're way better off letting them see that than, they get kind of nuts. I don't know, some kind of candle things. God only knows. Anyway, the genesis of this video is, it's nice out, man. It's like 50 degrees out. And it's nice and sunny. And my truck still don't run. Oh, let's see, it broke down in June on the interstate. And it's been like that ever since. See, some scrapyards will take these stupid things and other ones won't. Just like the Christmas trees. Some scrapyards take them and other ones don't. I would just put it... Maybe I'll fill this with some of that scrap, or I'll just leave it here and put the little, like, you know, brake pads and stuff in there. It's bending down like 10,000 times to take little itty bits out. That gets to be a lot. You. here at this freaking compound, right? Well, I left the door open on that because the spring's busted, and the freaking raccoons got in there. Made a little mess out of everything in there. That, I'm gonna burn that. So, there's a foil. I'm always trying to get organized. Yes, I have too much stuff. I know that. I had somebody commenting on my channel. Not necessarily a hater, but apparently like an old lady. She's like in her mid-60s or something. And she's saying, "Oh, that's selfish of you." I'll put it in an old lady voice. "Oh, that's selfish of you to have all that stuff." All that hoarding stuff. If you pass away, they're all going to have to clean it up. Man, for once in their life, they'd have to work now, right? I wouldn't be around to enjoy it, though. Hey, but they get the house. Pop cans are such a pain in the butt. Ugh. And why do you take them? I really don't. I don't seek them out. Somebody gave me that big bag of cans, and yeah, I don't really particularly go out looking for them. I won't turn them down though, like if there's a real lot. A little bit of copper, put that in there. I don't know what I'm going to do with these screws. I'll just keep them here. Another tool. So this is getting organized a little bit. Safety goggles. Never use them. Should actually. So yeah, I would like to get this thing up and operating. And I've been trying to do that for the longest time, and it hasn't happened yet. Alright, had a couple people wondering how they're probably wondering how the water heater, you know, went, I suppose. And, it's coming along. Actually, it was installed, and the guy, I don't know, dislodged the wire, and that's got something in it. And it wasn't working all night, so he had to come back today and get it up and running. It's at the point you do that. I don't know why I have that. Most of the stuff that I have, I really don't have a need for any longer. But it's not really a question of letting go. It's a question of what do you still need and how much time do you want to spend actually purging the stuff. I think for me the best way to purge the stuff is just as I go. You know, like as you're going along, you see something that, like when I was underneath the house, I saw about probably 400 pounds of 500 pounds of stuff, just different things that, why am I keeping this? I don't need it anymore. Part of the reason why there's so much stuff under there is because the lady next door calling the government so many times. You're not going to give... Wait. the way I think, or the way you think, yep, the way I think is you don't give somebody like that a victory lap. You know, when they go and call, what they really want to see, they want to see a dumpster out there. They want to see that they had results. And you don't want to give that to them. You don't want to give them any sense of satisfaction. You know, like they called the government and they got results. They got a dumpster out there. They got that hoarder guy to throw everything away. No, if you constantly deny them the satisfaction of results of their phone call, they will, in my life experience, they will call less. Because what I'm trying to do, ultimately, what I'm trying to do is push them towards the angle of vigilantism. So they take up the cause themselves. They take the law into their own hands, and that's the trap that I lay. Okay. So far they haven't taken the bait, but they've come close. Okay. That's the angle I want to push them towards, so that they take the law into their own hands, and then once they do that, they walked into the trap that I laid. Oh, that's psycho, I guess. But you see, you keep fighting, you don't, you never let down on the war. It's like the Muslims fighting, the Jews, and the Jews fighting back. You just keep fighting. There's no winner. You just keep fighting. That's a waste of energy. Yeah, but see, if you give the tyrant what they want, okay, supposedly, give them what they supposedly want, the tyrant can never be appeased. Okay, the way you're like, oh, well, I got results this way. Let's see what else we could do. Okay, in other words, you could never appease Hitler. Okay, there was no way to make. There's no way to make a dictator. There's no way to make them happy, okay? Because people are like, you're depressed. You need help. No, it's actually the person that complains that's actually depressed, because they see somebody working for themselves and they just can't take it. I don't know why I'm saving this. It's an air tank. Maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. Several people said, oh, you should keep that. It's one of them things. I had it, and then, for me just hoarding it on my own truck, ended up breaking the valve there. Nah, you know what? I'm just gonna let it go. I really could use it, but you know what? I have to let go of a bunch of. It's a nice tank and stuff, but I think I'm gonna have to let it go until I have a better handle and grip on. How's this thing? Until I have a better handle and grip on my situation, it's probably best to refrain from unnecessary. Well, that is kind of necessary, but you know what I mean? I'm torn. It's probably better to just let it go. And maybe in the future, when things are a little bit better, I'll be able to save stuff like that or anything. No, I'm not saving this. It's junk. It needs to be processed. So off the truck, it's got to go. Cans are such a pain in the butt. Look at all that. Yikes, right?